Hey everybody, my name is Patrick Flanery, and I think a good audiobook speaks volumes. I'm going to tell you why. In my opinion, for me to enjoy a book, first thing, I love to read the book, and I love to imbue that story with the voice of my own inner narrator. Then I like to go and listen to the audiobook. Because a lot of times, if you look at theater, and I've been an actor for 27 years, the last 27 years of my life, and I'll tell you, sometimes there's more information in pauses than there is in the actual dialogue. So whenever you listen to an audiobook by a good narrator, the information in the sonic signature, the cadence of their speech, the placement of their pauses, their inflection, the emotion, the emotional texture of the words sometimes supersedes the emotional content of the book itself. And I'll tell you, it takes me back to that place, and I think we can all agree to this, or hopefully we all can, because I know I had some great parents. But I'll tell you, an audiobook reminds me of the first time I heard stories. When I was in the arms of my mom or my dad, and the first story I ever heard was from my dad's voice, from my mom's voice. So there's a little invisible umbilical connection to audiobooks for me. I listen to most of my books in the car. I like to be alone when I listen to an audiobook because I need to be completely unself-conscious. I need to lose myself in the emotion, and that's the most enjoyable part of audiobooks, is whenever I'm isolated and I can completely get wrapped up in that wool blanket of a story that takes me someplace else. And I'll tell you, I wrote my first novel called Jane 2, and I had the ability to narrate it myself. And it was an interesting experience. You know, a lot of times whenever you write a book, you're locked away, you're sequestered, you put yourself in your closet, or you have a specific office where you go and you lock yourself away to put all of your ideas, your secrets, and your dreams into a manuscript, but you're alone. So there's a safety in that solitude. But that safety kind of goes away whenever you do an audiobook. I remember when I was recording it, I was in a recording studio, and there's other people in the room. There's a sound engineer, there's a director, and they're listening and they're watching. So it's the first time. It's very different whenever you're unpacking your closet and there's people watching all the things you're unpacking. And I'll tell you, where I was sitting with a mic, it was a lowered level. Then there was a wall that went up, and I couldn't see over the wall, but on the other side of the wall, that was where the sound engineer. And unless they stood up, I couldn't see him. And it's funny, you know, I went into it and I did my best to have a sort of a neutral tone. But eventually you get wrapped up in the story and you get carried away. And occasionally I would see heads come up over the wall just like, with a very worried look. And they'd see me and I'd stop and they'd go, no, it's okay. Keep going. They'd lower themselves back down. And I hope they were infected in a positive way. But it just brings you back to that reality that you're doing this for a crowd. I can't tell you how much I adore audiobooks. There's nothing like a good book. But if you hear an audiobook with a right narrator, oh my God, nothing even comes close. Do you guys listen to audiobooks? If you do, if you're a listener, tell me why. Tell me what you love about them. #LoveAudiobooks. I hope you guys have the opportunity to check some out, because there's some amazing narrators out there telling some wonderful stories. And my car is a new theater for me. God bless.